Alright, back on the creator account. Playing some standard, this time trying out rotation proof mono green ramp. So a lot of bans, a lot of cheap cards banned, which means maybe we can get away with just doing nothing on our early turns, ramping a little bit, and then playing some high impact cards later. The mana base of this deck is actually pretty interesting. A lot of lands that do stuff, as well as a card that can find our lands that do stuff. So we've got Innkeeper's Talent, which can gain 2 life. Also can technically buff our UFO. Not that relevant, but we've got Arid Archway, which is a pretty important card in this deck, which is a bounce land. So you can use it to bounce a desert and surveil. We've got a Pylons we can bounce for extra value, scry, try to find our threats. As well as just bouncing the inn to gain extra life. So there's a lot of ways to gain life. Also have Zanarkand, Ancient Metropolis. Let's pretend I said that right. Another card you could play early, bounce back, and then use it to make giant vanilla creatures. And then Map the Frontier can find double Archway. So a lot of this mana base is facilitated by some of that we got going on. Have Spelunking as well, where if you have Spelunking in play, you can get double Archway off of your Map the Frontier, and then you immediately get your 4 mana you spent back, which is nice. You can also do some cool stuff with the UFO, where you can just get a ton of mana really early with Spelunking. And then just some things to grease the wheels. We got Candy Trail to help set up. Typically with decks like this, you want to curve ramp on turn 2, ramp on turn 3, into Fatty on turn 4. So Candy Trail helps with that. Also, of course, works with Ugin, where you can just cast it and blow up a permanent. And then we've got Commune with Beavers, which is kind of like an Oath and Nissa, but it can find our artifacts, which is obviously relevant. Just another smoother. Llanowar for some ramp. Glimpse the Core, more ramp. Spelunking, obviously ramp. Hedron Archive is a nice ramp spell. It's colorless for our Ugin, and then it also gives us some cards back. Some Bloomvine Regent, just as another way to ramp, and we can gain life, have a blocker. Can be fine with Commune with Beavers, which is nice. Some Sire of 7 Deaths as a win condition, and just sort of strong threat if it can't be answered. And then a Summon Bahamut, just because why not? Also, I think it's fine to have a card like this in a deck, like other than, fun, cool new mythic, where just have like one sort of top end, because this deck is very good at making a lot of mana. So I think this is worth trying. And then, of course, the Ugins. Sideboard, I threw together pretty quickly, kind of limited from the fact that you're mono green. I don't know exactly what I want to be doing against the different decks in the format, like the Cauldron deck and blue-black. But we've got Dragon Sniper as just overall blocker. Maybe it'll help slow the game down against blue-black. I'm not sure if this is what we want. So Monstrous Emergence to help us kill Deep Cavern Bat. Any creature, really. Like, you have a relatively high density of... You have a relatively low density of creatures that work with this. But I think in the matchups where, like, if your opponent has a 1 toughness stuff and you draw, like, an elf later, this might be a little sus, but we are going to probably be putting it in with other creatures with reach. So we'll see how this goes. I don't know. This might suck, but I wanted some removal, and this is the best I could come up with. Paw Patch and Pick Your Poison. And more cards that can actually answer Deep Cavern Bat, which is kind of nice, and then a bunch of Graveyard Hate. So yeah, sideboard is probably bad, but also we're playing a mono green deck, so like I said, our options are limited. But yeah, we're going to record some matches, and we'll see how it goes. Another reminder that this deck is rotation proof, assuming I didn't mess anything up. So if you like this deck, if you want to give it a try, you can play it for the next year and a half or whatever after rotation happens. So we'll see you guys in the games. Alright, yeah, let's keep... We need to find a thingy, but we get a redraw of Spelunking, and then this is a ton of mana, so... Okay, so Delirium. Turn to Patchwork Beastie. Not that scary. What do I do? What are the odds this Spelunking ever gets blown up? So we'll be at 4, 5, 6. So I can't turn 3 the Spire, or the Sire. I can make a 4-4 if I want, though. No, it's only a 3-3. Should be pretty good against Gruul. No. Yeah. Okay. Trying to do math. Math hard. So, yeah, it's 3-3. Is that worth... No, because I get the mana Eden, right? So 4, 5, 6. Very simple. So I can commune. This gives me a mana back. Okay, so now I get to play the Archway this turn if I want, which doesn't accomplish that much for me. Trying to think if it's better to play a different land. So it'll be at 4, 5, 6, 7. I think it's worth playing the Archway even though I don't get the extra mana just to have the town in my hand for later. Because even if they kill the elf, we still just Archway, bounce Forest. Five, 6, 7. I guess I could have the elf untapped, but... So we got turn 4 Sire. And then also having the UFO with the bounce lands and all this stuff means you can do kind of fancy stuff, I guess. Like I can Archway Surveil Loop with the UFO twice a turn. Okay, so they have Delirium. Maybe they could do some fancy double strike type thing where they end up killing this. Bushwhack. Okay. Just have Death Touch? This just gets blocked. They just triple block and it trades for 2 things. God, this card sucks so bad. Oh, it is first strike. Alright. Does that matter, though? So, like, quad block, kill. I guess maybe that's worth. Is there... Maybe it does make it harder for them to attack. 6. So replay Archway, replay in. So 6, so we're short. like 7-2. It's 4-2. Okay. I think I'm just not going to attack. So let me think. Maybe the attack's good. I'm trading for 2 3/3s that mill. What's the odds I die? I got a big creature. I have another sire coming up. Maybe I'd probably use my bounce land incorrectly, actually. Do I want to kill the big trampler or the thing that mills? Does milling matter anymore? Let's do 3. I guess that's best. Oh, they blocked. Okay, they need to block more stuff. Whoops. So yeah, that was a mistake by them. I didn't really think about that, to be completely honest. Maybe I would have made the same blunder, but... so they needed to block with the fear, which means I would have killed the fear instead. So I shouldn't have this 7/7, and then they should have... three beasties, right? Which, I mean, I still think they're probably dying. Can't imagine that's saving them. I don't know. This card sucks. It's good against creature decks, but I don't know. I'm a hater. I just don't believe in it, I guess. I was supposed to play the other land, but whatever. Okay. Delirium's kind of interesting. I wonder if I want these emergence. Do I want Scrap Shooter, actually? It's not great to kill their stuff and let them draw, but it kills all their stuff. It's kind of just a tempo card. Even the Pick Your Poison Paw Patch stuff might not be bad. So this doesn't kill artifacts. It kills fear. I think Pick Your Poison's worth having. Shooter maybe, emergence maybe. I don't think sniper's actually good. Could try like this. The sires are good. Maybe I don't need an Ugin. I have so much graveyard hate too. I'm on the draw. I don't know how many answers for else they're gonna have. I guess Bahamut's good. Ugin could be slow, but it's probably fine. So maybe it's one of my 4 ramps. I think it's Archive. So 1,000,000 graveyard hate pieces, and then do I want creature interaction? I think we'll just go graveyard hate plus my game plan, which is just like ramp into thing. Ramp into thing that is hopefully good against creature deck. Sand seems like a keep. Main phase seed, alright. Yep. So instant sorcery. We probably have to ramp on turn 2 either way. I guess I could Llanowar Elf. Yeah, maybe that's fine. Okay, we will eat their thing. Okay. So I have lands. I could just play the UFO as a blocker. The elf dies. It's kind of awkward. I guess we'll play the blocker. This is 4. So I don't think I could get to the point where I was going to be able to Ugin next turn anyway. Maybe I could have UFO'd plus mapped, though, which arguably would have been better. And I think I'm supposed to block that 2-power thing, I believe. Okay, we're just beaten down. So I take 8. Okay, we drew Archive. So I can map for double bounce land. Or I can just... I guess I'm supposed to map for... So map for bounce land. The UFO can put a bounce land back into play. I can replay in... I guess I could technically go forest. Is it 2 bounce lands or 1, I guess is what I'm trying to figure out right now. And then... Oh, this thing can get... Yeah, maybe discarding artifact creature was a mistake. I don't know if the Ugin's even gonna get it done anyway. It's 8. Yeah, I think we're dead. I think we are dead. Maybe if I draw a Candy Trail. Yep. So we're gonna die to this thing. I guess we can blow it up. 7. So I have 7. I have a blocker as well. These are tramplers though. Yeah, I don't think I can live. I can just blow up 2 things and then die. Can I leave the Llanowar to block? I still die. Or no, block 2, so I go to 1. So it's 3, so it's 5, 6, 7, 8. Plus Archive. Shoot, shoot, block. And then I can go to 7 and block, and I still won't be dead. technically the same way. Of extra mana, this is 6. It's 3 and 5. What could I draw? It's probably better if I draw a colorless card. But having the archive in play is a little more appealing. So I guess we'll just plan on them having nothing, no haste, no burn, no anything, no removal. And then hope that we can win. It's also, they can just get Delirium now. Well, I have Ghost Vacuum, so that's not true. Scary spot. Probably dead. Yeah. God damn it. So they just ripped. I just needed him to brick. That sucks. Close. Okay. It's a solid start by us. They didn't really do that much impressive. We just kind of got swarmed. Like, 2-mana 3/2 haste trample is just a powerful rate. You can ignore Delirium. Like, ramp decks are just gonna get their ass beat by 3-power 2-drop haster. So that's just what happened. They drew 3 of them. If they don't draw 3 of that card in particular, it's probably pretty hard for them to kill me. And I guess I want Scrap Shooter just because I don't want that to happen again. It just blocks well, I suppose. What if I... Alright, we could just take out the Candy Trail and just hope everything works out. That's fine. I have Ghost Vacuum and Soul Guide Lantern to draw off Ugin, which are fine draws, especially against this deck. And, yeah. You want colorless things to trigger your Ugin multiple times. Okay. Soul Guide Lantern definitely a little bit worse than Ghost Vacuum, but it cantrips, so... Could be worse. Well, if we hit a land, we're in a great spot. If we miss on a land, it's a little bit awkward. Okay, it's a good land to find. Okay, bounce this. That'll give us a lot of extra time. I don't even need the UFO to live anymore, really. Okay. So what am I getting here? Bounce land, pylon, bounce radiant. That's okay. I don't think I really want it, though. Alright, here we go. So I have one bounce land left. Links deal $1 billion to me. Sure. This isn't the end of the world. Go back to 21. I should have attacked, but they didn't. Whatever. Let's make sure we have enough mana. 4, 5, 6, 7, yeah. Add Sire. Any order. Land. Ugin. Blow that up. And then I think I'm just going to make mana. And then we can get this and this. I could Surveil Loop. Doesn't really matter what I do here. I'm just gonna bounce this. Alright, here we go. Beat this. Got 2 Sires on the way. Probably wasn't supposed to. I was supposed to bounce a land that does something instead of the gain life land, but I am being a bit lazy. Oh, I didn't think about this. This has text, doesn't it? Well, they're not that close to Delirium. So sorcery, land, artifact. So they're at 3. So they could play an instant, but... Alright, nice. Ramp. We did the thing. Cool. GG's. Alright, let's go first. Keep to me. Okay, I think I want payoff. Do I want land? I don't think I need land. Should do that. Say go. Then we can go talent UFO, depending on what they do. Alright, I'm not as worried about it dying. I guess if I core, I can double spell next turn anyway. Is the UFO somehow better? I don't think it really is. Maybe UFO is better if I hit a 4. Like if I hit one of my 4-mana ramp cards. Annex, okay. Again, I wish I had a different card than Spire of Seven Deaths, but maybe it'll be good. I have little faith, but this is my thing. This is my thing. Please don't kill my thing. I have 1 town, so these get to attack for 1 each. Please don't just take 7 and kill my 7-drop. What, these could just be Voltborn Tyrants? And they would be 1 billion times better than Sire of 7 Deaths. Yeah. You're right. You're right, me. I should always die. I just die and my opponent takes 7 and I regret every decision I've made in my life. I block. Make a demon I can't beat? Yeah. It's fine. We're going to draw Ugin. Ugin, please. Sure. We'll let them know we're top decking it. Why not? So... yeah. We didn't draw Ugin, it would appear. Opponent's got a spicy deck going on. I guess I want to protect my Ugin. I'll just take 8 this turn. Not Ugin. It's technically a thing. I don't know if it's a thing that matters. So now I can... it's 3 though. So in theory I could double block the demon. But that will have to be next turn. Yep. So 3, yeah, the Preacher gets to attack pretty freely. Preacher making 1/1s means maybe it's worth for me to just jump. Or, like, not jump, trade. Oh, fuck. Okay, what's happening? Yeah. Okay. Whatever, I'll just eat shit. No problemo. Okay. GG. We did the ramp thing. We ramped, and we did nothing, and we died. And we played... we drew this instead of Ugin. If we draw Ugin, we probably win by a landslide. It's not even in the realm of close. But instead we drew this piece of shit and did 7 points of burn damage in our mono green ramp deck. So that's cool. Alright, so I think... is this even good? I don't know. I don't really know how I want to board. I kind of don't want to board. And just hope things go a bit better. If I knew they had Deep Cavern Rat, maybe I could put in Pick Your Poison. I think I'm just not boarding though. It is slow, but they probably have a bunch of discard, and I don't hate the look of it. It's just going to be a hand where I think, like, I'll probably get Spelunking to rest, and then I need to top deck ramp spells, and then hope that these things are good. But I have time, because I have Innkeeper's Talent plus Arcway, so let's see what happens. Return. Okay, you want to draw cards? Wow. Ambitious. So we're close. I would like to draw another land so I could 7 on the following turn. Spicy. 6. Okay, so this means I can Ugin next turn, assuming my Stuff doesn't get messed with. Do I want this? You can draw more cards. Alright, your turn. Exile, okay. Yep. Got another one. So this is 4, 5, 6. So I just play gain 2. Run back the Ugin, I think. Yeah, I mean, if this was the stupid Sire would have just gotten cast and died. Another tear? No, Shieldred. Well, that doesn't do anything at all. Okay. Seven, 8, 9. Exile that. Bahamut's gonna blow up Shieldred. And we can plus Ugin. Ugin's gonna ult. Alright, we did the ramp stuff. We've successfully ramped. Nice. Alright. So do I want to reboard? Probably just plan Jund stuff. I think I like my plan of not boarding at all. I think I like my main deck configuration. Maybe if I knew they had some weirdo sideboard card, but I don't really think I want to put Monstrous Emergence in my deck if they're gonna have like discard, and it can be awkward. I think I could just beat Shieldred that way. So alright, this end looks good. I do have a legitimate question of what do I do on turn 1. I think it's just play Elf, but maybe Candy Trailing is better. Okay. How do I want to do this? Well, this is really powerful. Block. Ugin. So I have 4, 5 mana. Is there anything weird that can happen? I guess we're gonna play this. Could top and play that. I don't think I need to though. And I do think I want the land. Here you go. So we're at 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. That doesn't do nothing. Alright, I think we've ramped again. I think we've done another rampening. Blot out, sure. Well, maybe they just play 3 removal spells. Could happen. It's not a removal spell, so they're forced to double jump at this thing. My UFO turtle, or my UFO turtle, my UFO does technically attack. Playing Sire, so yeah, I guess both of them attack. Also, what? So I can play this. This is pump. So it's 6 in the air, 7. So if they can't block both, I think they're just dead no matter what. Because I just play this as a land and then double pump. It takes 6 in the air and then 7 is 1 trigger or no blocks. So they have to go 2 blockers and then double, like quad chump these to not be dead. And then they can't really win anyway. So opponent playing the Nightmare matchup, I think. It's just not where you want to be. We had a good draw. Definitely can beat this deck if you just flood or whatever, but... Alright. That answers this. Maybe they can just answer everything. So they do get the Mosswood. So it's 6 and 2. Alright, no blocks. I think you're probably supposed to double block. Have a sweeper in their deck, maybe? So I wasn't supposed to play the elf. I don't know what sweeper they would have, though. But yeah, you can also see in this spot where, like, I have these ramp spells that can find me more arcways, and then they can just bounce more spells to my hand. Which is nice. Okay, you go to 1. To 4. You're dead, right? Yeah, I think we just alpha and they die. So 4 is double block, 8 damage. Alright, nice. GG's. Alright, would you like to play first? Yes. Alright, I have mana. You have planes. Alright. These things continue to be true. Do I just want double bounce land? And just get my forests back? Have a billion lands. I think I do just want the card advantage. Okay. I don't know what my opponent is playing. During Curiosity. Okay. I play 3-drop. Alright, I play Ugin. Good game. Alright, so what the hell do I want against mono white control? This is actually a scary matchup where they might just be able to run me out of win conditions. So it kind of makes me want to put in the scrap shooters just to have things that can win the game. But Ugin should be good against them. Deals with Caretaker's talent. Elspeth is terrifying. I don't have any cards for Elspeth, so I could put in scrap shooter. I don't know, though. So during Curiosity, I think I just have to do the ramp thing. Because there's not really a card in my deck that I think is going to be bad. Maybe just Sire, but it is, like I said, like, I need to be able to beat them. Like, I need win conditions. I think I'm running it back. And we're just going to do some ramping. Sure. So hopefully this Candy Trail can find us a 2-mana ramp spell. We might be getting Stone Brained, which makes me happy I have the Bahamut. Oh, they have blue in their deck. That's annoying. Do I just want Natty Land? I guess that's fine. Countering my Ugin is potentially problematic for me. Let's just gain life. Just do the gain life thing. Hope to find a 3-mana ramp spell. Okay, that's a ramp spell. It's not a 3-mana ramp spell, but opponent with a good start. Pressure, extra cards, blue mana. We might be cooked. Is this better? Could Beavers... Beavers hit untap. Does that do anything positive for me? Not really. Yeah, I think we're cooked. If they didn't show blue mana, I wouldn't be as concerned, but the blue mana means they probably have sideboard counter spells. I mean, maybe there's like one of these in their decks that they just wanted to surveil, but I don't know. Yep. Well, that's pressure as well. Like, they just activate this and I die. We're done on board. It's funny to have like an aggro start out of the this deck. Yeah, I don't think I can beat this. What do I find? I was actually supposed to top the UFO, right? Yeah, it definitely was. That's a mistake by me. We could find it off Commune. We could find a colorless card off Commune, but I don't know. Sure. We're tapping out. Do I have any shot? Like, if I drew like a Candy Trail... Yeah. This draw maybe would have been beatable on the play, but my hand was a bit awkward, and I didn't really expect to just get overran so quickly. This is gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4. Even at 2. So I'm not dead if I can find a colorless card, and it has to be 1 mana. 4, 5, 6, 7. So I surveil first. So I have to find Candy Trail. I mean, it's still lethal, right? One, two, three, four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, we died. Yeah. Damn. So if you find yeah. Make him do it, but okay. Yeah. So I should have won that game. If I was try-harding, focused, and paying attention, and not trying to talk, I think I would have. Like, all I have to do is top the UFO and identify that I need to double trigger Ugin instead of just like button clicking. But yeah, I go play Ugin. I stay at 9, make 3 mana, replay 0-4, exile 1-4, and then they have to deal with the Ugin while tapped out. Like, they have a billion cards, so maybe I still just lose. But I don't know how they're dealing with Ugin necessarily. I'm not sure if the mono white deck has a lot of ways to do that, so whatevs. Alright, I think we run it back. If they have exactly voice into endurance, and then I have like a weak start and they have counter spells, I think it's scary. Anything other than that, I'm not that worried about. It's just such a mopey deck. And I think we could beat that draw if we have like our best draws. This is not necessarily that, but I do think this hand's a keep. Oh, wow. Okay, so this is not what I thought it was. This is, like, actually a blue-white deck. They just played 3 planes in game 1. I wonder if they have Lay Down Arms in their deck. Oh, no. What did I do? Oh, I blew it so bad. I blew it so bad. God damn it, man. Fuck. 7. I guess it doesn't matter. I only blew it if... No, I didn't blow it. Right? Okay, do I play Ugin? Could just play Spelunking. We have Elspeth. I think I'm bouncing Forest. 6, 7, 8, 9, yeah. So Bahamut's really bad pre-Elspeth, but it's decent post-Elspeth. Destroy 1 permanent. It's fucking annoying, man. Sire is just terrible against Elspeth. That's so sad. Okay. I just have to hope they play the Elspeth, I think. they have 2 Elspeths, it's gonna be rough. Four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, right? Do I want to loop these? I don't think so. I think I just want to find a high impact spell. It is nice to be able to surveil every turn, but... Yep. Yeah. If we just flood, we might die. I don't know. It kind of seems like I have to have Ugin. Let's do math. 8, 9, 10. So I can map and then Candy Trail, I guess. Okay, the next question is, do I want to attack with my 1-4? I don't think it's worth it, but... Yeah, again, Sire... I don't know if Sire's even going to be good. Yep. You have infinite cards and infinite tokens. Because my opponent's fast at playing. It's really miserable. Just play against a bunch of slow people. Need an Ugin yesterday. Taking this, yeah. Like Sunfall or whatever could also just come down later. I guess I'm supposed to play the stupid 1-1. Maybe not. I don't know. Doesn't really matter either way. So I get the Fountain Port sack draw. I mean, they're really just doing it all. The counterspell, if they didn't have counterspells in their deck, I don't think we could have lost. It's unfortunate, but what can you do, right? I don't really know why they decided that counterspells were going to be important in this format. Like, they're not very good against blue-black. No one's playing ramp. I guess maybe you need them against the Cauldron decks or something. But yeah, there's a Sunfall. Maybe they just wanted to play Thunder Trainer, and that means they get to put sideboard counterspells. But we're dead. We died. Opponent put blue in their deck. Made life a little hard. So we just only lost to counterspells. I'm not going to upload the first 2 matches. It's literally just me. Like, it's unironically just me playing against blue-white and Sultai control, and then just going counterspell, and me conceding. So I don't think that's good content. Alright, so what do we find? Ugin? Can't blow up all the card advantage engines. So what, we're plussing this, and then hoping to find a colorless thing. I will exile... I guess I have to exile this, don't I? Well, this is something. I don't know if it matters, but... I want my Ugin to live. 3 blockers? It's 4. Oh, they have Sunfall, don't they? Okay, so they're gonna have a big thing. Oh, this attack maybe is just bad. Why are you blocking like that? Just block with 2 things. What's happening? You're making your Sunfall smaller? Did I make a mistake? I mean, maybe attacking was just a mistake. It was definitely a mistake to attack with the Sire. As far as I can tell, though, they're just making their Sunfall smaller. But yeah, this was a mistake. So this should have gotten like a free attack on my Ugin, and then the Sunfall comes down. Yeah. Activate. Yeah, another mistake by me. I needed a... It's a good time to call it quits, I think. You know, I guess I do want that. If the Ugin goes away, we lose the game anyway. Is this kill monocolored? 1 or more colors. So okay, well, we lost. All right, GG's. The deck was cool. You know, we finished 2-3, but it's fine. I really don't care. I played against like 0 control decks in all of the new standard I've played, and then I played against blue-white control and Sultai control, and all my things were countered. I think that just counter spells are going to be your worst matchup. I was looking at the whole card pool. I don't really know what the hell you're supposed to do. Like Thrun is rotating. There's Balustrade Worm. It doesn't matter. This deck was cool. I actually think it's kind of legit. Like typically ramp decks have this problem where like they just flood and die. But the fact that you're mana base, that you get to loop, like you have so much access to Arid Archway because of the Map the Frontiers, and the fact that you can loop them, you can loop pylons, you can rebuy the town. Like, there's just a lot of inevitability where you don't even necessarily need spells. You can actually just use your mana base. But yeah, there should be a 4th Ugin. This Sire card sucks. If you want to put it in the sideboard, that's fine. My sideboard's terrible. But Ugin definitely looked like the MVP there. And then you need to plan against counter spells, which I don't really know what that would be. Maybe it's just play like random idiots. Surrak could be the random idiot of your dreams. I don't know. Pretty bad against Elspeth, but whatever. Cool deck. Recommend you try it. I don't think that this deck is like terrible. I don't think I think that there's some legit reasons to play this. And if the format does migrate towards a lot of like black mid-range decks again, I think this is a pretty reasonable choice. And I think it could be improved upon as well. Things I want to talk about that I thought were good. Candy Trail, not really a card I ever see anyone but myself put it into decks, but I do think it fits perfectly in these ramp decks where you just want to hit a 2-mana ramp spell into a 4-mana ramp spell, so it helps assist with that, and then it triggers Ugin later, and just makes it so you find your high-impact stuff. You've got a lot of air, so getting to look at 3 effective cards by scrying 2 to the bottom is a big deal. Commune is okay. I don't know if Commune should be in the deck. It doesn't find Ugin, but it does do more of what Candy Trail does, so hard to say. I would recommend playing at least 3 Spelunkings. You can maybe try 4. If you want to be greedy, you could play 2, but it is a card you definitely want to draw because of Arid Archway and the ability to just like get free mana by that. Definitely 4 Glimpse. Hedron Archive, I'm not sure about it. I want enough colorless spells to trigger my Ugin multiple times. I think Hedron Archives are pretty good. Good option for that, and it's similar to Candy Trail where it just gives you redraws. Regent, maybe you don't need Regent. I don't know what else this could be. Like, if you wanted more top end, you could maybe make the Regent Sires or try something else. Bahamut was kind of unimpressive. I think that this card's role is to just be reanimated. I don't know. It just dies, right? The problem with it is it's just a regular ass creature. There's no indestructible. There's nothing flashy about it. Let's go over Vaultborn Tyrant and I'll get the hell out of here. So the issue with Vaultborn Tyrant is what? So it definitely makes this better. It can't be cast off Ugin, who cares? Doesn't trigger Ugin, again, who cares? Maybe, I think this might be the thing that you want. And then maybe just don't play Bahamut unless you're just trying to be swaggy. But I think Vaultborn Tyrant beats Sire, so don't craft these if you don't have them. You already have Vaultborn Tyrant, but either way, that's all I got. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I will see you in the next one. Like and subscribe. Peace.